Hello and welcome to the halftime hangout. Arsenal versus Liverpool. Got the Global Gooners here and myself, Jack McDonald. I'm joined with Moran Mohammadi. What a first half, Moran. We were absolutely terrible. I have no idea how we're going into Anfield right now, leveled up at 1-1. We were absolutely abysmal. What are your quick thoughts on the match to begin with?
Well, yeah, you pretty much summed it up right there. I'm gonna be honest though. Defending's been pretty well despite all the possession.
No, I don't. I
Hey,
don't know, man.
to only be down 1-0, to only be down 1-0 at this point, I think that merits some credit. But apart from that, the going forward's just been it's been awful, really. Giroud's been literally the literally been the portrayal of that. He's been quite putrid. He hasn't done anything going forward. But credit, other players haven't done anything as well. Welbeck's been pretty, he hasn't been up for it. Chamberlain, apart from the end of the first half, he hasn't really done much. So I think it's just collective. It's just not look good going forward.
Going back on what you said about our defending being poor. I I don't necessarily think that. Sorry, our defending being good. Sorry, I think maybe our back four's been okay, but
Uh,
the defensive work rate from the forwards in the midfield has been terrible. I haven't seen anything from our midfield today. Absolutely anything. We haven't passed the ball very well. Our pass accuracy has to be somewhere around 60%, which is terrible. Flamini and Oxlade-Chamberlain haven't been controlling the game whatsoever one bit. Flamini's been reckless. Some could say he's lucky to be still on the pitch right now. He's been probably our worst player in my opinion. Oxlade-Chamberlain, we need somebody in the midfield that can drop back. You know who we need right now? We need someone like Arteta that can drop back, control the ball, make the right decisions, and we're not getting that from Oxlade-Chamberlain and Flamini right now.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. That's been that second third of the field, But because Liverpool, the way Liverpool's set up, they don't really have a true striker up front. It's really Sterling, and he loves dropping into the midfield and playing possession, along with their other front three, Markovic and Lallana. So really, they have a much more. They have more numbers in the midfield than Arsenal do. So Arsenal really, in the second half, tactically got to figure out how they defend the amount of players that Liverpool have in the midfield because they're just taking up all the possession they can have right now.
I agree. I think we got to take one of the three, one of the three of Welbeck, Olivier Giroud, and Alexis Sanchez off and bring in a player to strengthen that midfield because they're literally just walking all over us. We are ridiculously lucky to be coming in level right now. Even at 1-0, if I was about to do this hangout, I was about to say we were lucky to be only down 1-0 before Debuchy scored his goal. We haven't had any chances. We got a pretty shitty goal. Like, that is a garbage goal that we got, which is lucky for us. But I can't think of a one chance that we've created that has been like, oh, man, we really should have put that one away. Like, we haven't created anything.
Yeah, and you have to give credit to Chesney too. He made one big save on Markovic
Yeah.
from the near side. That could have been another one for Liverpool. But getting on to how we're set up, honestly, it just really bothers me how. No, I don't know what bothers me. Maybe Wenger's approach. He wants to go with more experience, but having Debuchy playing alongside Mertesacker when you have Chamberlain, I mean not Chamberlain, sorry, Chambers, who's a natural center back, Debuchy a natural right back, and you're playing them in opposite positions. I don't know if he's aiming for the experience approach or if he sees that maybe Debuchy and Mertesacker is a better pairing than Mertesacker and Chambers. But having two players, available for their natural positions and playing them in their opposite ones, it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. I think the reasoning behind Wenger's decision is, as you said before, Raheem Sterling's playing up front for Liverpool, and maybe put more of a wing back, like more of a right back at center back to go against the speed of a normal winger in Sterling. But then I agree with you in a sense that Chambers, he doesn't look natural in that right back position like he did in the first half of the year, especially with Debuchy playing center back. If there was Koscielny there, I think Chambers wouldn't have to cheat in so much. You know what I mean? Their defensive positioning together isn't on point, and they need to sort that out in the second half, no doubt. Moran, what needs to change going forward? Olivier Giroud, he's not holding up the ball. Danny Welbeck, he's not holding up the ball. Alexis Sanchez, he's giving the ball away too much. Santi Cazorla is misplacing passes everywhere. Same with Oxlade-Chamberlain, and Flamini just gives us nothing going forward. What are changes you want to see going into that second half? Either substitutes, tactics, anything?
Well, you can see that Liverpool's playing a back three of Toure, Skirtle, and Sacco. I think this game's just screaming out for Theo Walcott to come on, really stretch out that back four, or their back three, honestly. And maybe, if Welbeck and Giroud just keep playing the way they are, you got to bring on Lucas Podolski who can really get a goal from when in position, can get a goal for you. So in the second half, I'd love to see Podolski and, at first I'd love to see Walcott, and then later on see Podolski to really go for it.
Yeah, but I don't think that's the problem right now, man. There's no supply for the strikers right now, There's no supply for Alexis Sanchez to be dangerous. There's no supply for Danny Welbeck to be dangerous. That's partly due to themselves as well, but that's also due to our poor midfield right now. And honestly, I was looking at the bench and what can we bring on in that center mid role? There's not much.
I didn't see any.
Is Francis Coquelin going to change the game for us? No, he's not.
Defensively,
sorry?
Defensively, he could.
Yeah, but we need a goal to go on and win this game, And the only attacking options that we can bring on are wingers and strikers. And I think in the halftime dressing room right now, you got to look at Flamini and Oxlade-Chamberlain to really step up in that second half. There's no one that can bring on to sub them off. Obviously, we'd want to see a different player in there than Flamini, but he's all we got right now, and he just needs to be better. I want to see Santi Cazorla more in the middle of the park. If we can maybe change formations to a 4-3-3. I don't really know what we're playing right now, kind of like a 4-4-2 hybrid where everyone switches positions. If we can settle down into a 4-3-3 where everyone knows their roles defensively, knows their marks, I think that would be way better than what we're doing right now.
Yeah, for sure. The setup in the second half has to be much better than the first half. But also it depends on how Liverpool come out in the second half. Liverpool came out with a bundle of players dropping to the midfield. Now it's getting near the end of the match. I think they might really push on and get the match to open up more. So maybe, first of all, I can't see it getting being much worse than it was in the first half because that was pretty, like you said, lackluster. So I think they'll have more possession just because of the fact Liverpool are going to go for it more now. So I think Arsenal will get more possession. I think chances and opportunities will open up for Cazorla, Chamberlain, and co.
Obviously, the chances aren't really being created for us right now. What I'm looking for from the team in the second half is just, can we go out there and keep a clean sheet? There's lots of energy at Anfield right now. Liverpool seem pretty energized to play. That goal kind of demoralized the stadium, but going into the second half, they're going to have lots of energy. Can we sustain their pressure, go on and keep a clean sheet? If we come out with a 1-1 result, I'll be happy considering how poor that first half was. Obviously, we all want the win, but a point probably would be satisfactory. Do you agree, Marin?
I'm not going to say a point is going to be satisfactory. Obviously to this point it might look like it, but I'm not. No, the aim is not 1 point. Liverpool have been, probably this has been one of the best halves of football this season, but this is still a Liverpool team that's very much underachieved this season. With the loss of Luis Suarez, haven't been able to cope with it. So this is a Liverpool team that's pretty weak. So we got to go after them and steal 3 points from Anfield.
Yeah. Obviously, we were expecting a little better performance in the second half from the boys. Thank you for watching the halftime hangout between Arsenal and Liverpool, once again by Jack McDonald and Moran Mohammadi. We'll be here with a full-time hangout at the end of the match. Thanks for joining us, and hopefully that second half performance is a lot better. Up the Arsenal!
Come on, you guys.